tasya heturvidya. Not understanding his purpose is ignorance. Not understanding this relationship of Brahma and Maya, that is universe, is ignorance. Tasya prashantavahita sanskarat. On constriction and cessation, there occurs the peaceful streaming at chitta, and propelling of impressions ceases. सर्वार्थतय काग्रतयो क्षणोदयो चित्तस्य समाधि परिणामः. Divergence to comprehension and pointed concentration, both propelling and fading, are two disturbances at samadhi, that is absorption. While the practice of absorption is made on an individual is able to experience the loss of concentration or divergence, and again gaining the same, all that simultaneously. This is the syndrome of samadhi. ततः पुनः शांतोदितो तुल्य प्रत्ययो चित्तस्येकाग्रता परिणामः. The properties of mind in the meditated state are cessation and propulsion of tendencies or operating systems, because they are genetically embedded, and to constrict them is a tough job. The inherent properties can dominate each other, holding previous subject while it is leaving, even when the next is at door, is tulya pratyay, comparing for acceptance. This moment is meditational outcome. एतेन भूतेन्द्रियेषु धर्म लक्षणावस्था परिणामा व्याख्यातः.
The mind, chitta, has certain properties, and they are responsible for perception of the properties of sense organs. When one property ceases, it gives rise to gain new property. The sense organs have 5 varieties of sensing abilities, such as view, smell, taste, touch and sound. All these sense organs sense only earth, space, fire, air and water. There is nothing else. These primordial principles are perceived through sense organs such as earth through smell, space through sound, fire through view, air through touch and water through taste. Now whatever is sensed is perceived at mind by a complex and occult system of comprehension. This system perceives as per the properties of mind, and therefore the properties of mind, chitta, is the deciding factor as to what and how to be perceived. It is therefore said that mind controls body, healthy mind healthy body, face is the mirror of mind, etc.
शांत्यो दिता व्यपदेश्य धर्मानुपाति धर्मी.
Properties, karma may change according to the transition to past, present and future by a creation, but the inherent remains unique. Here mind, chitta, is inherent, karma and the constriction, concentration and absorption, karma are the properties. Mind is not changeable or convertible. The properties may change and results due to properties may also change.
क्रमान्यत्वं परिणामान्यत्वे हेतुः.
The consequences have a chronology due to the properties. One consequence at a time at chronology can be noticed. However, the property may create several consequences at a chronological order. Every consequence undergoes subtlety and display at gross. For example, any physical, chemical, biological, geophysical, Change takes place according to its properties minutely and unnoticeably, but appears in the form of consequences chronologically. Thus this travel from present condition to future and future to past have a chronology, yet does not skip properties. An earthen pot made from clay, her clay was inherent, and the property, was it can be molded and casted. The process of casting underwent subtly, and pot was the consequence. The travel was from present to future. The same pot was crushed, and its powder as clay traveled to past from future as properties are concerned.
Kramanyatvam parinamanyatve hetuhu.
All the events of integration and differentiation were chronological. The external subjects have multiple properties and therefore multiple consequences to the creation of physical, chemical, biological or anything do have a chronology. The multiple species and the colorful world is not an abrupt or absurd consequence but a systematic divine order. The mind, has two properties, one is direct, the other is indirect. Direct are tendencies, true knowledge, praman, false knowledge, viparya, fancy, vikalpa, memory, smruti, sleep, nidra, attachment, raga, and malice, dvesh. The indirect are constriction, property, impression, consequence, life, activity, and strength. The direct properties are active and perceivable. The indirect properties are to be studied through yogic lessons. The properties of mind, pain and pleasure are perceivable through tendencies, and what we store at mind are tendencies. The consequence at every moment, though subtle at mind due to properties, is perceivable. This all is chronological.
Parinamatraya Sayyamadhatita Nagata Jnanam. Restrain or Sayyam on all these three results of properties, symptoms, condition gives the knowledge of past and future. शब्दार्थ प्रत्ययाना मित्रेतराध्यासात संकरस्त प्रत्विभाग संयमात सर्वभूत रूतरे ज्ञानम. Profound contemplation on word, the meaning and corresponding knowledge can explain its integrity, and through the restraint, dhyan dharana samadhi on every individual integrated subject, you can learn and know the knowledge of speech of all species. During the British rule in India, one British collector learned the language of monkeys through perhaps the same method, directly or indirectly. He wrote a book on the same. Sanskar Sakshatkaranat Purvajati Jnanam. The impressions discovered can make you remember your past births. The impressions are two varieties: genetic store of knowledge due to memory and afflictions, and the second is desires of fruits of deeds performed during life and endurance. The cause of pain and pleasure, they are merits and sin. The genetic store of knowledge comes through parents in the latent form, and out of which the animal instincts are exhibited by the child, like resemblance with parents, sucking, comfortability, crying, laughing, and also the desires to have. But the other latent impressions are to be discovered through dhyana dharana samadhi, and you will know that the impressions have arrived through the chain of sperms from last number of generations.